Say it again for Hollywood, for the cameras. The Longman Exam Dictionary. I don't think I need to write it, Hannah, because you've got that. Do you remember that thing I gave everybody? It's from the middle of the Longman Exam Dictionary, and it's got all those sections on cause and effect, comparing and contrasting, concluding, giving examples, showing advantages. Right? You get a lot of ideas from there, just as you will from the other Longman resource, the activator that we've used. Thanks, Nicole, for reminding me of that. The other thing now, what I'd like to do is look at this issue of, alright, if you're getting, some of you are getting kind of lower scores, like in the sense of, let's take an example. This is the essay that I was looking at before. Let's have a look at analysing these guys. I'll just get your screen ready. 3, 2, 1, so you can see it on your screen. Alright. Okay, this was the two professors, Magdov and Foster, their piece. Now, you've analysed yours now, so I think you're in a slightly more informed position to understand this. Let's have a look at their K1. See how low it is? 65% of words only are in the first 1,000. Always, everybody writes. Majority of words are going to be in that first 1,000. That's just the foundation of any language. I mean, it's the same. You could get any language that people speak here, and no doubt there's a similar resource out there, probably by now on the internet. You could, analyse your native writing like this too. And you'd always find, native speakers, anyone, is going to be around this. I've never seen anything lower than 60 here. So don't, but if it's 80, I think you're too high. 70 would be kind of safer, and these guys are down to 65%. So they're not using too many just everyday words, are they? They are, their words, many of their words are in the off list. For some reason I'm not showing a proper result there, I don't know why. But we can see 4% really is beyond that point. But remember that question, where does the 95% fall? Here, look, K9. So it means 95% of this text is the first 9,000 words. Many of you are getting scores of 95% about here. So it means 95% of your text is the first 4,000 words. Their score is kind of double that in at the 9 point. Yep. So a lot of their text is up in this territory, isn't it? They're using a lot more words here, and that's, I think, a key aim is to go through your blue words and try to collect from the blue and push them up. I mean, great if you can get a few up here, but usually they'll fall somewhere in this territory. This is the territory generally to fill out. You can see here, if this is our model, look, it's a sample of only one. But often good academic texts will fall between the 7 and the 9 with that 95% point. So if you're going to measure yourself against a benchmark of native academic writers, try to get your 95 percentage point up around the 7. And that's probably where native academic writers are sitting. So basically what you have to do is you have to push your words in your 1, distribute them up around this kind of territory here. Now one way to do that is, here's your text, it's all coloured. It's a matter of going through and looking at the blue or the green or the yellow. Don't worry about your pinks, they're already good scores, aren't they, and your oranges. So it's your blue, your yellow and the green. They're your first 3,000, but especially the blue. Okay, so as I've said, you've got Activator, thesaurus.com, exam dictionary in certain at certain points for connectives and so on. The other resource is Word itself. I just now want to demonstrate that. If we go to Word, I don't use this myself because I don't need it, but so I often forget where it is. If we select the word, refer, let's take an easy word.
Experience.
Where is that one? Oh, there, right. Thanks, Dilhani. Yeah, good on you. What about crossing? Crossing. Let's take a simple one. Crossing. All right. If you right-click, go down to synonyms. All right. So there are some there. It comes up with some immediate ones, and you've got to be careful. Look, you have to be very careful with this because words are very context dependent, aren't they? And if I look at that list, none of them would work for this context. This is talking about humanity crossing certain boundaries, ecological and environmental boundaries, and going into destructive territory. So none of those work. However, you can go down, if none of those immediate ones work, you can go to the thesaurus function and you get this sort of thing here. Now, as I say, I always forget how to work this damn thing because I never use it.
I think you have to put that.
All reference books are thesaurus. What do we do? Can't remember. That's right. You click on that, you get your definitions. That'll give you your definitions, but we don't want just that. I thought we could select here thesaurus, but we don't want French thesaurus. It's not doing what I want it to do. Why not? Encarta dictionary. I'll need to go back and muck around with that a little bit more. Play around. Look, I've shown you where it is. Just if you've got your document open with Word, just try this. Maybe you can find it quicker than me. As I said, I don't use it enough. What you do, right-click down to synonyms. Let's try it with another one. Increase. Right-click synonyms. Well, that one would be nice. Look, an intensification of acidity. That would work immediately, you know. What I would tend to do is go through and not even use the thesaurus. It takes longer. I'll try to figure out and come back and show you in a minute how it works. But obviously, the quick way is to go through your simple words, get these, and just have a look down the list. And if one immediately occurs to you, yeah, that one, and you click on it and it changes it. See there? Intensification in the acidity. Just go through and just do a whole lot of quick ones. And they're going to be better and safer anyway. You feel confident, yeah, that's a noun and that's a noun, and it works in this context, right, do it. And just go through and do a whole lot of those to begin with. Then, you know, you might do 20, 30, 50 of those. You get a different text. Have a read and make sure it all kind of works, right? Because some of it doesn't, does it? And then, when you feel it is, a little bit of editing, when you feel it is, paste it into your profiler. See what sort of result you get. Have you shifted from the blues up? So you can do it that way. Of course, by looking here, you could switch from here, have a look at this section, the blue, which words are blue, then come back here and try to remember which words are blue. Just do a sentence at a time, you know, and work your way through that way. Up to you. But anyway, just go to your essay, just 5 minutes, in Word. Just go in Word, right-click on a few simple words, and just see what Word suggests as alternatives. And just go through and don't even use the thesaurus function, just practice selecting clear words that obviously work. I'm just going to play with that thesaurus thing and try to get it sorted for you.